Welcome to the Top Shelf Grumbling Podcast with Dan the Don Walls. This episode is brought to you by our sponsors, Lawn Hub for all your lawn care needs, Price Cutter, the best meat in town, Hales State, Russell Motors, go see Austin, he's got what you need, Butcher Block Restaurant, voted Best Biscuit and Best Breakfast 2025. Available wherever you get your podcasts, coming to you from the Wilder Fitness Studio. Presenting a Where You Media production, this is Top Shelf Grumbling. All right, guys, we're back here with the Top Shelf Grumbling podcast on a Monday night out here on the Wilder Fitness traveling
back porch
studio. Yeah, got Belushi back here with us tonight. He had a prior engagement last week, so got the gang back together. We're gonna talk a little few things tonight. Big news, I guess, lately is Tiger Woods still can't seem to keep the cars.
Hire a driver, for God's sake.
He said today that he's not hiring a driver due to privacy concerns.
I saw that.
And somebody equated that to saying he wants to be able to call that Perkins waitress again. Yeah. In his own time.
He's back. He's back.
He's back.
Put your money on him.
All right. He might be playing in the Masters still.
He's going to win it.
We're going to talk a little bit of, everything tonight. We're going to start off with spring ball.
We'll do a little spring ball. Spring ball just started for the Rebels.
And I will be there tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, the Don's going to be there tomorrow, bringing some. Maybe he'll go live from some platform tomorrow.
Might.
If it's possible there on the side.
We're only going to get the view literally 10, 15 minutes is what we're going to get.
That's why I said I'd just go to work.
Yeah. Well, and it'll give you a chance to see who's out there and what numbers are out there and figure out who's participating.
You can see how we look on the hoof.
Yep.
We got to worry about no more is Lane leaving talk or anything like that. No BS Twitter. We're all ball now. I got to worry about no bullshit. This, that, and the other. I'm looking to my players to watch are Caleb Cunningham, Josh Dye, the running back we got from Southern Utah, who's got had 2,000 yards rushing last year and 28 touchdowns.
Shifty dude.
And look, I don't think what's the damn our best running back? I don't think Lacey's gonna have to be worked as hard as he was last year.
No,
we got
absolutely.
Mills Knight's gonna come on too, I think. I'm looking for Cam Franklin and Will Eccles also to take that next step up. I've also been hearing good things about Prescorn's little brother. So he's more athletic and bigger than he was.
Brady Prescorn?
Yep.
Yeah. Michigan transfer.
Yep, transfer out of Michigan.
Caden Prescorn's brother.
He looks just like his brother.
I think Trinidad's going to win the Heisman, barring him getting hurt.
Yeah.
I really do. And Pete's been done such a damn good job so far with the player retention more than anything. I mean, that's what I was worried about. Just about every coach that left and took another job took a majority of their roster with us. That didn't happen at Ole Miss thanks to Walker Jones and Keith Carr. Well, Keith Carr not as much. He's the athletic director, but Walker Jones mainly.
The success helped us have a path to getting all that infrastructure done, but the intelligence from the staff upstairs to say, hey, this guy's going to leave at some point in time. We're going to be ready to go when it happens, and having the foresight. And people could say, oh, that's a given, but it's really not. There's a lot of folks that sit on their laurels with a guy they think is going to be there for 20 years, and they don't do anything, and they don't. We were just kind of talking before, this about having to adapt and become just like our baseball team. I just won't touch on it for just a second, but Mississippi State's light years ahead of the NIL program. They got a top 5 coach that came in there from a winning program, and refreshed everything.
Absolutely,
and you can tell by the thing. But our football team is lockstep with one last year. We just added more folks, and it's going to be pretty much business as usual.
I'm excited
when it comes to the football side.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Pete's mind. I'm excited to see our defense.
Yeah,
when Lane was here, we had high-flying offense.
Yeah.
It was defense. Pete had to make do with what little money he had left. I mean, for the majority of Kiffin's time, he was spending what did he spend for Spencer Sanders? Like
$300,000.
I don't understand. Somebody kept saying he was like our highest-paid player on the whole team.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand. I still don't understand that to this day.
And that is.
I think that just got leaked, and that was just kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Was to say he paid $300,000 for a backup player.
I heard somebody say that he thought he was going to come in and he wasn't sold on Jackson Dart. And he was trying to make sure he had all his bases. And I get that part of it, but
he also understands the competition, and that's going to drive somebody to either be better or not be better.
Yeah.
And you better have a backup who's proven that they can be manageable.
But he was banged up and stuff. That's why
Yeah.
Auburn and other schools backed off of him, because I can't remember what it was. He had banged up at Oklahoma
I thought he
State.
banged his shoulder up.
Maybe it was.
But you got a serviceable quarterback, someone who's knowledgeable, who could help Jackson Dart with coverage reading and all that stuff, and push him at the same time. And your deal is, hey, I'm gonna give you $300,000. Push this kid, make him better.
Well,
I mean,
I'm excited about all that.
I'd take that deal. It sounds good to me.
Our defense, I
I think it's going to be great. People forget how many hosses Golden got in the portal.
Oh yeah,
the secondary,
first couple of days.
The secondary, I was reading. I forgot what I was reading something. I can't even remember what it was. But anyway, it was showing all the players that Ole Miss had got on defense, and like he said, you forget.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Joe Nell. What I don't even know how to say is from Georgia.
Yeah.
The safety. I mean, we have two really good cover corners in Braxton and Kite, but we added that one from
Auburn. We had a guy from
Florida, the Sharif Denson or whatever, or not Sharif. He works for Ole Miss. Sure, whatever it is. But I'm excited to see. Our defense. I love the period of time when Hugh was here and we had those high flying defenses that knock your lights out. You get up, 14-3. You're like in the second half,
the ball,
and you feel pretty good about it.
And I feel like that we kind of talked before about having a defensive minded coach, like worried about how he's going to control the offense and the tempo and stuff, and it just couldn't be a better situation with the same tools basically around, hopefully retooling the offensive line and getting it better and finding a tight end and just reloading it, at the skill positions is what it's looking like. Yeah. I mean, and I hope Deuce Alexander made that catch. I know this was one throw and one practice, but that's the reason why that dude's got number 1 on his chest now.
I mean,
absolutely.
And you got, Caden Lee left. But at the same time, we got, what's his name? Javante Cook.
Yeah.
But we got another slot receiver. I can't think of who he was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be a step. Now, granted, Caden Lee, you threw the ball his way, he was going to catch it.
Caden Lee is going to be the guy at Missouri, though. That's the thing. Is they brought some other folks in, too, but they brought him in to be that.
I don't think he's that. I think he's a good
but he's also
complimentary piece.
Yeah, Austin Simmons and him were a package deal, basically. And I'm happy for him. I hope they play.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Dude, he will go down as one of my all-time favorite
players. Oh, yeah, just a great kid.
He was.
You talking about Simmons?
No. Well, Simmons, I've never.
He handled all that perfectly, getting bent, not benched, but losing his job.
Yeah.
He didn't get bent. He didn't play bad and get taken out. He got hurt. Like a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe type deal.
It just happened.
Caden Lee, he's just an all-time. He's a good person. My day job, I was able to interact with him on a daily basis. Got to see him stuff, and he was nothing but good, nothing but pleasant. And like I said, I wish the best for him at Missouri. Moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Any more spring ball? Let's talk about some players, some positions.
Also, kind of talk about. I'm looking forward to Trinidad. Now, people forget he didn't get here till June last year. This is his first spring practice. Get to go through it with all these guys. I think it's going to make it's going to be good. It's going to make everybody better.
Yeah. And these folks are worried about, he's got a new coordinator. This day and age, the coordinator's going to the player and saying, you're
what
my
do you
canvas.
want?
You're basically. You've established himself. He did last year. I'm gonna tweak and tweak, but we're gonna do what you're good at. And we already know that. We got it on tape.
At the end of the day, we have 2 of the top 5 players in college football. I truly believe.
Yeah.
With Trinidad and Q1.
Yeah.
It can't be too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like John David Baker.
We can make it too hard, but I don't think he's going to.
I do not think he's going to make it hard at all.
We're going to reinvent the
Not
wheel.
this year, for sure. This year is going to be...
I don't think...
It was working.
Well, it's different, too. Like you said, we've got an established quarterback. He's got a film of an entire year of the players he's throwing with, he's playing with. And I can say, hey, I can just go, improve on this a little bit, or we can get better
Baker
here.
also, he coached under Kip. He learned a lot of offense under Kip. It's going to be very similar.
Yeah,
he has a few different little things he does
when he gets a new quarterback and new receivers and all that. I'm sure he'll.
That's what I'm saying. Next year is different.
He's so much more fiery than what's his name was
Charlie Weiss,
little puppet boy, Charlie Weiss.
Senior or junior,
either one. But junior, it seemed like at times he did whatever Lane told him to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he does. And now we have an independent mind, independent thing. it's hard for a head coach.
This is his
control.
offense. You know, Pete's gonna be. This
Yeah.
is he's the head coach of the offensive side of the ball.
It is hard for a head
100%.
coach to be able to control everything that goes on in a game.
And that's one thing that Kiffin was good about is delegating all that stuff.
He would.
He was good about
He
that.
would. Speaking of Kiffin,
Not because he was kind of lazy, but I think this worked
I
too.
think that's probably, you know what? I've worked for some people who were really lazy, but they were really good in putting people in spots.
Yeah.
And it's kind of smart. It is kind of lazy as far as, but you could also be the other opposite, which we talked about. Hugh Freeze just thinks they can insert themselves into every situation and always be the answer. Yes.
Speaking of Lane Kiffin, did y'all see what he said to the media? I don't know if it was
about
this
having
week.
liking good sex and all that. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one. I was talking about the
Did
one,
y'all see that?
the one that he told the reporters and the fan base is like,
He deleted it.
yeah, well, he told the fan base and the media, whatever. He was like, "Y'all gonna have to bear with me. We're gonna have to.
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
have to rebuild."
That that don't work anymore.
No,
so.
sir. And
He's
guess
edging.
what? The success you had at Ole Miss, LSU thinks they're better than Ole Miss.
Yeah, exactly.
So what you did at Ole Miss ain't going to cut it. There,
Absolutely
buddy.
not.
You're going to have to one up. Your goodwill don't travel with
That's
you.
what I always say. That's why I never thought he was going to leave Ole Miss until he won, like really, really big here. Because I didn't think somebody was going to pay him more than what we were paying him without him winning the SEC or a national championship.
Yeah.
And somebody finally did.
Well, and they always use the excuse of you're at Ole Miss, just the reason why you haven't won the big game, the big this, because you just didn't have the horses or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But when you did have the horses and you lost to Kentucky and you were distracted,
and look,
and you
some
thought,
of that stuff happens, but he
Yeah.
was
maybe if you
distracted.
weren't texting your ex-girlfriend and stalking her the week
Anyway.
of it, but whatever.
old news. Old news.
Beating a dead horse.
New spring ball, new team.
And I'm excited. I
Yeah.
really do feel like we're better positioned this year to make a run than we were last year.
Oh yeah, if we have the depth pieces on the line,
On paper.
on the line, if we get better on the line, I think we'll definitely go far for sure.
Well, like I said, I'll be there tomorrow. I have a lot more on Thursday's pod.
Yeah.
Although we're not going to get to see. I have a cup of coffee, not halfway drank, I guess, by the time we watch the.
You get to see them stretch and stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's a lot of folks that don't get to see it at all. So
They're bigger,
you know.
faster, stronger.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Moving along, let's talk a little bit the wonderful wide world of golf segment.
Yes.
Tiger Woods hire driver for FFS. Look, the Secret Service banned him over a year ago from driving Trump's grandkids. I guess it's been a problem.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Tiger fan ever, but look, he's had 5. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but he has had 5 back surgeries, multiple other surgeries, and he is just, you know how famous people are. Like nobody will tell him no.
Yeah.
He done got on them painkillers, and he can't get off of them. Is the long and the short of it. And he's driving around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, he didn't. This last crash, all he did was turn it over like it was nothing really that big of a deal. That first one, he's lucky he didn't die in.
Oh, yeah.
Almost lost both his legs.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. He lost a lot of. He still ain't. I mean, he never gonna recover from that. He did it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't you think it's ironic that John Daly?
It's never.
no
Never
DUI. Yes.
No DUIs. Never. Maybe wrecked a car, but never had a DUI. I don't guess.
No, not that we
He's
know.
always
I'm
had a
sure
driver.
he's wrecked the car. I guarantee you.
Yeah, but I'd say it's
I
fun. But yeah, like the Don said, hire a driver.
Yeah.
Forget
But
your
he said he's not going to for privacy's sake.
What?
Hire some old man that don't know where the hell he's at half the time anyway, and tell him if he says anything, you'll.
Hire me. I
Well-
won't say nothing.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
It said,
I don't
somebody
care.
said it doesn't matter what kind of NDA you sign, though. Like, somebody's going to be like, Tiger was doing that. Like,
Tiger was
somebody's
snorting
gonna-
pills when he
Somebody's
flew.
doing something. Yeah. He's like, I want this to be a sanctuary here in this Land Rover.
Tiger top 5 in the Masters if he plays. Top 5 finish.
Negative. I don't think he makes the cut, but I love him.
I don't think he's going to play.
He's not going to play.
If
But
he probably won't.
no, he definitely won't
No, I
play.
think maybe down, here in a couple of years, he's going to try to play some Masters, some British Opens.
He's already in for the Senior Open.
He signed in for the U.S. Senior
Senior
Open. I saw that.
Yeah.
He's going to definitely try to play some more golf as a senior, but the senior tour is tough right now. There's some good
Huge, yeah.
players on that damn thing.
Absolutely.
I couldn't name 3.
I mean, you got the usual suspects like John Day's been playing good. There's a whole crowd of those guys that are about to turn 50, that are Tiger's age. Now, I don't know how John Daly ended up the other day, but he was like, he shot 500 the first 2 days, like in the hunt. But
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything else about it, so it must not have been good the last day.
No.
Bet he had fun though.
And see, one thing Tiger, I mean, that's going to help him. The seniors are only it's only 3-day tournaments. It's not 4.
Yeah.
Now the majors may be 4.
I don't know.
I can't
Possible.
remember.
I bet it's not because then it wouldn't really make sense to have a senior tour. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
They're old. And
I'm telling you what, I was proud of Cam Young breaking through and winning the Players. That was a big tournament.
Also, shout out to Gary Woodland.
Yeah, shout out to Gary Woodland. What a story. People are like, I saw somebody make some comment. He said, I'm going to have to be the bad guy. And he's, and it's some live guy. And he's like, he only beat four no-name people at the,
I'm so sick of this live versus PGA shit.
I could care less. The guy won a golf tournament, and he was averaging 321 yards a drive. He was leading 321 yards a drive for the PGA Tour this year. Absolutely just smoking the ball after having multiple chunks taken out of your brain is pretty remarkable.
And he's got PTSD and all kind of. He can't stand people like coming up behind you, like it freaks him out. He's got all kind of other problems going on.
I read the story after they took the cancer out, and he was there and he was like trying to recover and all that. And he said, "Man, I just was holding on to my mattress and like didn't know what was going on." And come to find out, there was another lesion on his brain that was pushing on like the anxiety like portion, and they went and took it out and like completely changed. But that was like in 2023, like 2 years after he'd had the cancer. Like it was a little bit afterwards, but he didn't figure out what was going on. It's wild. But yeah, dude won the tournament. And just ran away with it too. Wasn't even really close.
No, it wasn't. He been in by like 5 or 6 shots.
Yeah.
Moving on here for a second. We got the women's golf team had just been playing absolutely lousy out of the last few matches. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I think they were like 17 over or something the last time I checked.
Biting.
In the last tournament, like just not playing very good. Mary Miller has been playing lights out though all season long. She's got a chance to win the whole thing as an individual.
Yeah.
This is the ladies' regionals are coming up, and moving on kind of to the men. They've got a few matches left for the regionals. They're actually playing up at the individual, in the individual tournament, Colonial Country Club this weekend. Historic Colonial Country Club in Memphis. Jack Nicklaus won there. Gary Players won there.
that breeze feels good.
Yeah, that was nice.
But the men, they still got a few. They've been playing inconsistent. Their A game is as good as anybody's.
Yeah.
Now, when they start, like they usually play good the first 2 days, and like the last 2 days they play like crap. But I don't know. They still got a chance to make some noise in the regionals, I think. And then we got Augusta coming up, not this weekend, but the next.
Yeah.
They got one more little warm-up tournament beforehand. By the way, Pontotoc Country Club is having a Masters poll.
Yeah.
$20. I can say this, I guess. They posted it on Facebook. So
$20.
It's like you pick like six golfers. You throw out the worst score, and take your top 5.
So we're gambling?
It's a cumulation of a cumulative score for the whole weekend of your team. It's pretty fun to do. It's $20. You can enter as many as you want to. I think. I know you can do 2 or 3. But that's about all I got for the wonderful world of golf. Unless y'all got anything else to say about Tiger?
No, that's about it.
I love you, Tiger.
Hire a driver, for God's sake.
Get it together.
Y'all talk about the elephant in the room?
Our baseball team's not very good, and I'm gonna take a second real quick. I'm gonna put up some video real quick and maybe a picture or two of my time there Friday night. Some of the bright spots, the only bright spots of the weekend actually were some of the videos that I took. So I'll take a second and watch this, and then we'll be right back.
Generation Farming Family shop online at StuffOnMeBoots.com on the Oxford Square.
Are y'all ready? All right, so here's the question. Who is the only rebel to hit 4 home runs in a single game? Is it A?
I think our pitching has been good enough. I know we gave up like 5, 6 runs, 6 runs, but considering they were not hitting the damn ball at all,
it's bad.
I think our pitching has been decent enough to. I mean, it's not.
Hey, Bianco called the pitching out in his post game.
Yeah,
and we got a little lineup, a rotation to shake up.
yeah, we did. We got Rabe on Friday, Elliott on Saturday, and
I don't know how I like Rabe.
He's been pretty good in
He's
spot,
a good-
cleandup duty, but
He
starting
looks
a whole different thing. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I don't.
he looked good coming in Friday when I was there. I mean, he was throwing gas.
I mean,
and
yeah, no relieving coming
his
in.
his release, the ball's like there when it comes out of his hand.
But he's a max effort pitcher. His every pitch is max effort. How long can he go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it showed me he pitched 35 or 38 pitches on Friday or Thursday. Did we play Thursday?
No, it's Friday.
Friday, and then he wasn't available again.
Yeah.
That just lets you know that he's a max effort guy and he can't.
Well, maybe he wasn't
That's
wasn't
different
available.
too. Yeah.
He may have
Like I
not
said,
been available for other
Bianco-
reasons or something else, and we just not.
He left Elliott in too long on Friday night. That's the game. We got to
That
win
was the
that
one
game.
we
We
should've won.
hit a home run with
We
them.
talked about that. We talked about that
Yep.
on the pod before the game on Thursday. I said if we can win like a 3-1 game or a 3-2 game or something like that on Friday night,
Yes.
we got a chance the weekend. But that when we were sitting there, it was cold as shit Friday night. I ain't gonna lie, we were sitting out there, and I had on a long sleeve shirt, but it was not enough, and people were all bundled up around me. And we were in the Diamond Club, so I kept going inside and grabbing some coffee. I had 2 cups of coffee at 7:00 at night, which is not something I do. But no, it was
We're just absolutely lousy with runners in scoring position.
runners in scoring position. And when he didn't take him out, I was something out of my mouth. I said, "Well, we left him in one too many batters." But at the same time, like
You got to hold that lead down the 9th inning. That was just and now look, we did get a bad luck on that. That ball hit the bag, but that's
it is
that's
what it
just
is.
baseball.
That's
Tip your
yeah.
cap.
That's baseball. We almost left, and I said, "God, you know what? Foley had looked at a couple of strike threes already that night, and so when he hit that ball, it took 32 and a half minutes to get out. It was fighting against that wind and fighting against the wind. I was like, it's going to hit the wall. He hammered it, and still there were 2 other balls that night early in the game that I thought were no doubters and were caught in left center field.
Well, look, so you're not going to win many games when your best hitter in Becerra. The last 4 games he's 0 for 19.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on.
You can't. That really is just baseball, though. You can't expect him to bail you. How many times he bail? You can't expect him to keep bailing your ass out, bailing your ass out.
We don't have a plan at the plate other than go up there and hit a home run.
That's what I'm
Go up there
saying.
and hit it as far as you can.
Look at his
Or as
last
hard
at
as you
bat.
can.
The last out Saturday or Sunday. Look at his it looked terrible. It was the worst at bat I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not telling him to go out there and hit a home run every time, but we have to put the ball in play. It's like, look, take, for example, Dom Decker. What did he do last year during the regional?
Yeah.
He got on base. That's it. No home runs, line drives, base hits. He comes to Ole Miss. He has more home runs than he has strikeouts last year.
Yeah.
And now he can't hit.
Well,
he
see,
couldn't
and
hit
also,
water if he
too,
fell out of a boat.
He was playing way lesser competition, but he hadn't been good in non-conference
Yeah,
play
that's what
either.
I'm saying.
He's been scrappy and getting on base sometimes, and he's better. But you're right.
I still think he's going to come around. And here's a little looking on the bright side of things a little bit. I still think they have a chance to figure something out here. I mean, also you got to realize we're not going to play. State and Texas are probably the best 2 damn teams in the country right now. Let's just call it what it is. You can't get swept though. That's what we talked about. Yeah. Getting swept. If you get taken 2 out of 3 from, okay, you don't want to do that, but getting swept just puts you so far behind the 8 ball. Now we went from 3-3 in the SEC. Now we're 3-6. Yep. I mean, but I think it was 7. Was it 7 different series this weekend? I think the teams got swept.
All but one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it never sweeps in SEC very rarely happen.
Yeah.
That many to happen in one weekend.
I'm gonna say it. The baby's ugly. You got to call the baby ugly. I personally,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
People defend this man, and he has done great things for Ole Miss. He really has. But at some point, it's time for the torch to be passed on.
Yeah,
And 25 years at one place is a long time. Eventually, your voice is stale.
And the
I'm pretty sure he's the longest tenured coach in any sport in the SEC. I'm pretty sure that's right.
And the problem is now is an Ole Miss, like an Ole Miss-ism, they can't fire him in the middle of the season. They're going to have to put him off on the iceberg, like in that old movie with North. They put the old people on the iceberg and push them out to sea. They got to do that in the off season.
Name
that's how they're going to
name the stadium after him.
Yeah.
Okay.
At bare minimum, you got to fire Clement at the end of the year and tell him why he give him one more year. At the minimum, I just don't think he's not going to retire.
No, he's not. They're going to have to fire him. It's going to. I mean.
And I will say this: every single time, like, all right, we're going to fire your ass. He either goes to Omaha or wins it all. Like those 2 years, like he was fired.
Yeah.
And he went to Omaha. So maybe he could pull something out of the hat, but
it is a long season. I mean, it is.
It really is a long season. And I still think our pitching is good enough.
And also, too, Friday night, they talk about that place was.
It was right. It was loud, man.
It was not.
It seemed loud on TV.
It wasn't.
I
was not.
I heard a podcast I was listening to.
It was okay.
It was quiet as they've ever heard.
It was okay, but nobody was screaming and yelling. I looked down in the expensive people's seats down at the bottom. I say that while I was sitting in the Diamond Club, and down at the bottom, and there was 50 seats, right there behind home plate, where nobody's there screaming and behind the pit, whatever. Nobody.
Because we got old freaking Gruels down there in that section. We don't have
who? Gruels,
Spells, Bells.
Ole Miss has a problem with that too. It's on basketball too. Like our people down the front,
and they don't want you to stand up. And if you stand up, they start griping at you, telling you sit down.
Yeah. Bring back the Rod. We're the Rod Squad T-shirts. Rod bars. If you can't see, stand up on the back of them.
I'm here for that.
Not for Rod Barnes, but
yeah. I mean. All the stuff was nice. The food, the atmosphere was nice. Nice people, but there was the guy behind me and his buddy were having this god awful long ass conversation behind me about absolutely nothing pertaining to this baseball game. And I thought, y'all can do this somewhere else. Go to the bar. Have a drink together, This dude sat down. He sat down for 30 minutes, and then that's all he did was talk, and then he got up and left. And so he stayed for 30 minutes to talk to somebody and get in, my ear. I ain't complaining, like I said, but, I mean, gosh, that's our fan base is like that. We're not paying attention, and, we're not trying to get involved in the game.
Indifferent. I mean,
everybody like,
and that's part of it. Mike's gotten stale. I mean,
everybody kind of was like the writing was on the wall before the game even started, and nobody said that, but. They're like, this is going to be, they're like, all right, we lose.
Remember, I told you I didn't have the warm and fuzzies about this year. I just had to.
Look, the Skip Bertman philosophy don't work in 2026.
No.
Okay? That's it. And we could, like you said, turn it around, but do you see a makeup, anybody on this team have the leadership that we had in 22 whenever we started real bad, and then we ended up getting hot?
Well, I listened to Brad Henderson today, too. I mean, Tim Elko, when he first got here, he wasn't very good. All of a sudden,
it took him 5 years to do anything.
All of a sudden, he came on. Elko did. I mean,
we're gonna give Clement credit for that.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe one of these other guys might the light might come on for them all of a sudden.
I mean, we wanted Pasella was supposed to be that dude, and he's not playable right now.
He's DHing every once in a while, but
and he can't do that.
He hit the first pitch right to the first baseman and right in his glove, and wasn't even a good at bat.
I don't know what's going on. I know Clement isn't going up there telling them, "Hey, I need you to swing for the fences." He probably ain't telling them that.
No.
But whatever he is telling them, just isn't it ain't resonating with them.
Yeah, it's more just not. It's more what to do and how to do it, and I don't think we're getting enough how to do it.
Yeah, we need more fire, like the Tennessee coach yelling at the Georgia fans.
I don't want any one of Tennessee's coaches doing anything.
Did you see the video?
No,
I hadn't even seen it.
It sounds like a Tony Vitello wannabe.
The coach, after the game, the Georgia beat them, whatever.
Yeah,
he was getting on the bus, and when some of the Georgia fans talking, well, he just starts storming them. Was like, "MF, I'm here. I'm right here. Come on!" And starts dog cussing the students and all. Like it was crazy.
It was an assistant coach or something like that.
From what I read, it was whatever the head coach.
The head man.
Oh,
he was down there just like, I'm right here. Come on. Come across the street. Like, yeah, I mean, we don't need that, but.
Something.
It was not going to be Dan McDonald either. He's older than Mike is. He's like 60. Yeah. The expiration date's up on that, I believe.
Yeah. What's the Clemson coach's name? That's who has always been rumored to take the job if.
I wouldn't be. What's the coach that went to that went to East Carolina? He took East Carolina to Omaha like twice.
Yeah, I think you got to go outside the mic tree. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of the down Murray State coach. Bring him in.
That's what I saw somebody said we could get him to mow our field too. So he's supposed to mowed Murray State's baseball field.
Yeah, there you go.
But baseball. Now, who do we even have this weekend?
Florida.
Starting Thursday.
At home?
No, at Florida.
But see, they've
Oh,
swept
Lord.
and been swept,
Yeah.
so they're 3-3. So it depends on if their coach takes his meds or not, what they're gonna do.
We'll see. And we got, like I said, new lineup. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
I like it.
But you know what is going
Gotta change
good?
something.
What? There's a new bright spot on the radar, and that's the Ole Miss softball team.
Yeah.
Ole Miss softball team. Look, we played the number 1 team, the number 2 team, and the number 4 team. Our first 3 series.
It's brutal.
We got swept the first 2. Looked terrible. We could have won one of those. I think it was against Oklahoma. We could have won like game 2 or something.
Oh, Oklahoma whipped our ass.
There was one game we lost by 1 run. I can't remember if it was the Texas Oklahoma.
One game I watched, it was like 15-2, and I was like, "Good God!"
We got stomped every game, all 6 of those games, but 1. We almost won anyway. We took 2 out of 3 at number 4 Tennessee, and
should have won.
Dang near swept them. We had a chance to sweep them Sunday. Had a comeback, but maybe that saved their season. Maybe they get things turned back. Still not hitting the ball very well. Our pitching's been good enough, but here lately the last few games, but
Ole Miss sticking ball game. We can't hit nowhere. I mean,
no.
Mike Clement's coaching them too.
Probably so.
Maybe so.
I think it's Clements.
I've heard him call
Clements.
I've heard him call Clement.
Clements.
Clement.
We need a Clements to hit.
We got the transfer portal. It's not. I don't think it's officially open yet, but you got kids all over announcing.
Yeah.
Either April 4th or April 2nd is when it opens.
I think it's they changed it because it did open like right in the middle of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Which was the dumbest thing I've ever
Does
heard.
it surprise you?
It makes the most sense in this world.
I mean
yeah,
that's football can transfer from now until the end of the season. I mean,
anyway, that's only going to be for 1 week only. I think it's after Monday night, the national championship game.
Yeah.
Ole Miss has already had a few announced. No, I'm not going to lose any sleep on over any player that gets in the portal off of this team.
No.
So
we wasn't that bad this year. We wasn't near as bad as our record was, but
We weren't a good team.
we wasn't a good team. But a couple of those guys, I kind of hope they come back. But some,
So is just a 1 week to get into the portal?
I think it's 1 week
Just
that
to
it
get in.
closes. No, I think it closes.
Well,
Yeah,
it closes, but you got to get in.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
They can drag it on to where they're going to.
No, I don't think it's very long process. I think it's only.
I know. I'm talking about they can just get into the portal and then they can take however long they want to
So they
decide
look-
to
they
go.
take
No, I don't. I think they put a cap on that too.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think they would be
You
able
just
to.
have to get into the portal.
It's
That's
a
the
week
thing.
to get in because that's what football. Like, there's some
Yeah.
people that still ain't even signed with a school.
Yeah,
and then
you
they
can-
will pick up.
You
in
can
the
get in
fall.
the portal and never go back to play ball.
Yeah,
It happened to a
I
lot
just
of
really believe this is good. I think Chris Beard's going to get this fixed. I saw he's been interviewing general managers to
yeah,
help him
I
roster
think
build.
they hired one.
yeah.
No, they were interviewing. He had 2 or 3 he was going to interview, and they're fixing to add. Somebody said they're finna add an assistant coach, and one of our assistants may be leaving.
Is the Frenchie coming back?
I hope
Yes.
so.
I think he has, but he has potential to be.
He
great.
came on the last. That's why we started playing so good. Really, is he came on like
He
the
was
last
so
couple of weeks.
timid in the first few games. It took him 30 minutes to take the ball off the court.
That now he's dunking the ball and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, man, you got to go. This league is about pressing.
Yeah.
Like
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm so happy that Malik D is gone.
I'm not unpopular with me. I firmly agree.
I think I don't want to say what I thought I was going to say, but anyway,
We
I
paid
think-
him a lot of money.
And I don't think that he was very good for. I'm not going to say he's a locker room problem, but just looking at it, when something didn't go his way on the court,
yeah,
he'd reach out and grab the guy, throw him to the ground. I mean, like, and I felt like Beard had to put so much into that one player
yeah.
that it took away from others.
Possibly so. When you got that much money invested, the squeaky wheel gets the
I
oil.
guarantee you,
He
he
was
wishes
good.
like hell he would have let him. I think like North Carolina and
Dude.
somebody else was like wanting him.
He took over the SEC tournament last year, not this past one, but the year before, and then everyone I think we got sold fool's gold.
I don't know what it was because he didn't come on until SEC play started last year. Like we didn't even know who the hell he was.
There were lots of times this year he'd turn around and he was so wide open he missed the ball. He's so athletic and big and huge. And he'd turn around and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I know what to do."
But and when he, like you said, he's so athletic, but he's so big, he looks unathletic.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just all over the place. He's wild.
He is kind of a wild player.
Final Four, my team, I had Duke. They had a choke job against UConn, up by like 25 points.
Me and Sir Producer picked Michigan.
We sure did,
and we're still alive.
Yep.
Who did they play? No, who?
Michigan beat the hell out of Tennessee.
Yes, and it was. I remember looking last time. It was like 81-40 something. I was like,
I couldn't believe it.
Like I paused it. I was like, no way.
Michigan's physicality is wild. This absolutely. I ain't never seen people just back somebody down, turn around, and his bank on in the middle.
So we got Michigan and Arizona, UConn, Illinois. Both spreads are 1.5 points. Michigan's favored by 1.5, and UConn's favored by 1.5.
I think the national championship's going to be won between Michigan and Arizona.
I do too.
I think the winner of that game.
I feel like that's kind of a popular take. Everybody's taking the same thing, but.
I was watching Arizona, and
it's been a pretty good tournament so far.
I said this last pod. I ain't really watched a lot of these games, but I watched Arizona the past couple games.
They're tough.
They remind me of the basketball players on Pleasantville. That's just the ball, just toot, pass, done.
And they've really not had
bucket, let's go.
Like all season, they've started out hot.
Yeah,
like they hadn't really faded any.
Yeah,
which is, I mean,
good fundamental basketball for sure.
And that's what I'm.
Fundamental basketball. We are knocking down the pins tonight on the
Monday night podcast. Yes, we are. By the way, go to Ole Miss 365, folks. If you want to get kept up to date, I'm gonna be honest with you, the message board hadn't been very good at all, but all of a sudden it started picking up. I talked to David Johnson. Says because people are pissed. Like he said, like. The Ole Miss losing the state, getting swept. I swear to God, it brought them out. That dang thing was buzzing last night.
You had to get your frustrations out.
It's getting better and better. The message board's getting better and better, and the stories and the writing is
they ain't got
pretty
nothing
good.
to bitch about. They ain't gonna come to the message board. But when everyone's pissed off and wanting to fight each other, they'll come to the message board.
Thanks for losing, Rebs.
By the way, the On 3, not the local guys. The On 3, the national writers. The national, like their Twitter and stuff. I'm so sick of seeing their edits. Like when Trinidad got granted
I think I commented on Pete Nakos's picture. Trinidad Chambliss will be the week 1 starter against Louisville.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what you decided to write.
But it said they had a graphic.
You look like a 12-year-old in a damn suit. By the way,
I swear.
Come get it.
They had a graphic that said
"Sue me."
I pictured Trinidad under it said denied.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to be playing.
Yeah,
but it was the part that was denied. The NCAA got denied.
Nothing.
So basically, what you're saying is on threes, bunch of clowns. Come to
Ole Miss 365.
Come express your feelings. Tell us what you think about them. Call us ugly.
Absolutely.
It don't matter what we do.
Screw the NCAA. By the way, eat that all the way to your ass. Y'all got beat again in court. Tom Mars is your daddy. Trinidad is the quarterback of the Ole Miss Rebels. There's not a damn thing you can do about it.
And all you LSU fans can suck it, too.
So, look, I'll say this. I swear to God, anybody who reads the case and looks at the case objectively would agree that he deserves another year to play football.
I don't give a shit if they agree or they don't. He's back.
Yeah, but especially in this day and age, you got kids playing 7 and 8 years, and
Where's TJ Finley? There's a new board game.
I had a Miami fan.
Where in the world is TJ Finley?
I had a Miami fan tweet at me that said it was bullshit that he was getting to play again.
Carson Beck had 50.
I said, okay, first of all, your quarterback was Carson Beck last year. They had a 7th or 8th year senior on their team that beat us. Like, shut the hell up, dude. God, people are so...
They don't like to see Ole Miss win.
They can't stand it.
Didn't they get Darian Mensah?
Yep.
I don't know.
Who also transferred 8 times?
Yep. I mean, like I said, the bottom line is the national media does not like Ole Miss winning. They don't want us to win. They still look at us as little Ole Miss. And when we come through and whip their ass, they can't do nothing but bitch.
And all these folks are throwing stones in a glass house. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
And Saban and Urban Meyer going around and acting like there's some kind of damn like bastion of like integrity is agonizing
Urban
too.
Meyer.
Like Urban Meyer, if you heard him right now talking, you would think that he was a preacher somewhere now. Like he's like, this is what they have to do. And I mean,
I was
he
gonna
is.
say, didn't he give an oil check to some college chick?
Yeah, he was
bar?
checking the hell out of her oil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't he have a murderer on his team?
By the way, don't go look this up, but Kansas is down bad right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Kansas, what they do?
Somebody's girlfriend at one of the local cafes there at the Kansas
Breaking
University
news.
Was
what?
Being taken advantage of in one of the restroom stalls.
By who?
Not taken advantage of, but she was taking advantage of him.
Oh, yeah?
Some Kansas student. Anyway, y'all can look it up by yourself.
By the way, whatever. I haven't seen nothing since it happened with that BYU wide receiver that got engaged to his girlfriend, and then 2 days later he was booked for rape or something.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I was kind of curious. I hadn't looked back up on it.
The Mormons swept that one under the rug real fast.
Dude,
that's rough. Anyway.
Anyway. On 3 sucks.
NCAA sucks.
NCAA sucks. Trinidad's our quarterback.
247 sucks.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
Yep. Oh no, they're mad at David right now on the one of the board. He didn't write the story about the Bama guy.
Well, good.
Not being on
who's
campus.
Mad at him? 247 people?
No, there was Ben Garrett, and it was like, I guess some people don't have sources, blah blah blah. But you know,
yeah.
Heard.
I'm not.
If somebody would have said that about Ben Garrett, he'd been crying for 6 weeks. How dare you question my sources?
How can we say that we don't? I'm going on a little tangent. How can you say somebody doesn't have sources that's been in the business for a long time, still lives here, but the guy that reported it lives in effing Nashville?
Yeah.
He don't come here. How do you have sources that others do?
Yeah.
You don't. So
nobody has any better sources than anybody else, but the long and short, everybody has people that tell them little bits of stuff. But
Ole Miss 365 is coming, whether you like it or not.
What's that? Ed Ogeron thing? We're coming. Or something. What was it? We ain't backing down, by God, or something.
What's he gonna do, brother?
I seen where Ogeron was at Syracuse practice, like decked out, and I looked at
in pads.
No, but his fingernails. My fingernails are pretty long right now. But I swear to God, Ed O's fingernails are longer than mine.
He's doing Catching Insano's signature move. Looking the eye gouge, whatever. So Ed O is Syracuse's starting defensive lineman.
Ed O must be partying like hell because somebody would have done hired him for deep. He's the best recruiter there is. Just go recruit and don't do anything else. But nobody's ever.
I think he's a liability. I really think he's a liability.
I heard what Paul Feidenbaum said a while back. He said that if what he was hearing was true, that Ed's going to be out of money in no time.
Yeah,
that like $20 million buyout he got.
Absolutely.
I mean, here's what it is.
Trinidad's a quarterback.
He is. Y'all got anything else for this evening?
No.
I do want to let you know tonight's episode is brought to you by us, Top Shelf Grumbling. We sponsored this ad tonight. So if to help us out, go like and subscribe to videos.
It's free.
And Drew Chapman, holler at Drew Chapman. He may have some real estate for you.
He's got some real estate for you.
But join the message board. Come to Ole Miss 365. Join the message board. It's fun. It's starting to actually get some traction, and people are on there engaging with each other. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys, y'all have a great night. We appreciate y'all. Top Shelf Grumbling.
Howdy toddy.
Howdy toddy.
See.
This has been a Where You Media production. You can find us anywhere you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave us a comment. What's your sentiment?